The new radiator's in. And as usual, I didn't show you anything. Nobody really watches neon videos anyway. One complaint, the only complaint. That was a $48 eBay radiator. And it actually fit pretty good. Only one problem. The lines for the transmission lines, the nubs, are 2 sizes bigger than the transmission. The transmission is 5/16. The radiator is 7/16. So I had to buy new lines again, hoses, but I got 3/8, clamped them down to the transmission and made it fit the radiator. Anyway, car's parked for winter now. It's got antifreeze in it. I'm not driving it anymore. The only active problem I have with this car right now, and you might be able to hear that, the power steering pump's starting to go bad again. It should run a while longer, but in 300,000 miles, that's the 4th one. When the car was new, it had like 20,000 miles on it. Power steering pump started whining. It was replaced under warranty. That one lasted 100,000. The next one we bought, and used pumps for these cars, you know, there's not any of them left. So what'll happen is it will whine like that for a long time, and then it'll just get to where it don't pump. I mean, it pumps, but it's not got any pressure. It'll get to where it don't have any pressure. And when it does that, you just won't have power steering. But that's pretty. And I managed to get the hold down straight this time. For straighter. I might need to put a screw in this one so it won't turn, because it'll get the radiator into the radiator support. So because if you pay attention to that headlight and you pay attention to that headlight, they're not on the same tilt. The radiator support has a kink in the middle of it. When I hit the bank, it moved everything over. We pulled everything back as close as we could get it with a old style frame machine. It's checked everything. And you know, unibody cars, something that's wrecked. You're never going to fix that perfectly. That's partially the reason that the radiator started leaking. But so that's new. Before next summer, I'm going to buy a new hose, just so everything will be as good as it can be. And I got to find a pump. Might buy a new one. But anyway, It's just slowly catching up with 300,000 miles of neglect. So, but that engine's still like a diamond in a goat's ass, ain't it? Look at all that old covering up clean. Back on the road again. I changed one thing before I started driving it. I had to put a radio in it. That's an old Alpine that I got out of a junk car. But last year, when I put that heater core in here, I didn't have it restricted in any way. So it got all or nothing. Well, it got all or all. There was no nothing. It was all of it all the time. And now went to Lowe's and bought a Shark Bite 1/2-inch ball valve, and that's restricted. It gets a little bit of heat. It gets a tiny bit of heat in the radiator, in the heater core there, and straight with the hose is wide open. Of course, straight with the firewall would be off. So that's your heat HVAC control system. Yeah. And why did I do that? Well, go back and watch the videos for this car. You hit a light pole, the firewall's still bent, and a factory heater box won't fit this car. So I did that so I could have a heater. And I'm going to put the fan on medium on the air conditioning switch, so it cuts on and off, because all the wiring mostly is gone. Metro.